So, I will be making my AU lady. But oh no, I'm not using this, I'm using these. So, you may see, I have a talking James and a Molly. How am I gonna make that? It's like, what would I make out of that, huh? Well, I'm not making Lady as an 040. I am making her as an Adams Radial. I actually had a go at making one of these in the past, and it just looked bad. It really did, and it's in pieces now, but it's time to redo it. And before I start, I gotta credit some people. Because yeah, this is not my design, and even the concept of Lady as an Adams Radial is not mine. I gotta give credit where credit's due. First off is DukeOfBenreBay on Twitter. So, they helped me actually with like the design, the instructions on how to do it, and overall they made the actual Adams Radial lady first. So, and yeah, I got the inspiration from them, so thank you. And the second person is Christian on Twitter. I'll be linking both of their Twitter accounts in the description. But yeah, so Christian came up with the Adams Radial design. Like, he made the original, like, how to make it in TrackMaster, so thank you to him. But yeah, it's just like DukeOfBenreBay, they got the instructions from him, if I got that right, and then the information was given to me. So, I mean, thank you both, like, really. It's just, I'm happy to be making this, because I've actually been looking on what to make Lady, because I didn't want to make her, like, freelance design like she is. I was originally thinking, like, an industrial 040, then I went to an LSWR02, which is a 044, if I got it right. And then, with some help, the Radial. So, thank you to both of them, really. It's not my design at all. I'll be crediting both of crediting them, but I'll be linking both of their Twitter accounts down in the description. And now, it's time to go over, well, what I'm gonna do. So, yeah, although I am going to do some differences, like some ideas I have in mind, it's like, for the design, I'm going to be basing it off theirs, the one I was given. So, again, thank you to both of them. It's like, I really think it's such a cool idea for being an Adams Radial. It's going to overall be difficult, yet fun. So this, not going to use. I'm keeping this. This is my childhood lady. I'm not messing with this. But for these two, yeah. From what I got, or the idea is, first off, I'm not using this. Well, I'm using this, but not the shell. So, this is going to be the main base of the chassis. And as for the James, I'm not using these, but I'm using this. And actually, this is pretty good, because I can use a tender for something else I have in mind. But it's like, so I'm placing this on here, right? And I did take these apart earlier, so I did remove the face. I can get it off, just gotta, there we go. So yeah, it'll be like this. From what I'm thinking here, it'll be, this is set on top, and this is going to be put on the front. I think I'm going to extend this part out a bit, because there's a bit of a gap between the two wheels. So I'm going to be cutting down here, I think. And what else? I'm going to be giving it side rods as well. So I'm either going to use Edwards or cut some down. So these two wheels are going to be removed in order for that to take place. I want to be cutting these two supports off because they're not going to be needed. And one thing is, I want to make it like curved in. Like, see how the smoke box is a full circle? I want to do that on the bottom to kind of make it look more like a radial, because it's just like, they sit really low to the ground. And another thing about that is I want to be cutting this flat with the running board, I think. Yeah. It's like, imagine like it's this, but I'm cutting the firebox off, of course, and I might not even be using the cab. I might be scratch building it, because I also want to do an open cab, because although no radials have had open cabs as far as I know, but just, I kind of want to be mixing some of the lady design in, so I'm going to be adding the back cab in. Well, I mean, it's not an open cab technically, because you got the roof, but yeah, it's just similar to the lady. I'm going to be maybe scratch building a cab. That was done by DukeOfBenreBay, I believe. Yeah, I don't know. Or both, I don't know. I don't know the full story, but I know, like, the basics on how to do it. So, again, thank you. So, yeah, it's like, I'm just gonna go at it. I have ideas on how to do it with what I got, but it's just like, I gotta experiment, you know? Because I have some ideas on how to, like, I don't even know. It's just, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do what I've been told. I'm going to maybe try a thing or two different. I don't know. But it's just like, I just gotta do it. I'm stalling here. Alright, so I'm gonna start with the cutting, right? Just what I said, I'm gonna cut all that down, then I'll get back. Alright, so the main cutting is all done, and I'll go over what I did. So, first things first is the boiler. It's not completely done yet, because you have this thing on the back, I need to smoothen it more, but I'm gonna do that during the shaping, as this is something that needs to be worked on quite a bit. Let's see, 2. The big thing. I cut to the, whatever it is, like the raised bit, I cut it down completely, as well as the lamp irons, because I'm going to be just replacing those. And down here, this is basically the same, but I don't know if I mentioned this, but I pulled it out, so I could actually fit a thing in here. So that saves me not having to add another rod. And you got this, and you got a hole here for this to sit in. That should work out. And let's see what else. Yeah, this is cut off as well. Oh, well, funnel's off from this, funnel and dome. And actually, one thing about this, it might be in here, but there's like this pin that was in the funnel. I was warned about this, but like right about, well, just in the center of the funnel, there was a pin that went through it. And it took so much work to get it off, but just, I got it off. And let's see, what else? Oh yeah, actually something I want to bring up about the last thing I talked about DukeOfBenreBay and Christian. They actually use different designs than each other. They're similar but different, where DukeOfBenreBay uses what I'm doing, the James, and probably I'm going to do a scratch-built cab as well. While Christian, he used a duck cab, I think, and the original Molly boiler instead of James. So, error on my part, I was just reading the message not fully. I don't know, just me being dumb. So, they both did different methods, but overall quite similar. Yeah. And, well, let's see, what next? So really all there is to do, I guess, is the shaping, and the plan for that actually is. So, oh yeah, this is something. I took the front wheels off as well, because I'm going to be shifting them forward to, like, right about here. Because, like, I want to glue the pin on this part, like, where it ends. So it's going to be around here, if that makes any sense. Because, yeah, I'm going to just replace the pins, move them differently. Like, the things that hold the wheels in. So, let me get this on for a reference. Alright, this goes on here. I'm looking at my phone and not the model. Alright, so, it'll be spaced like this, kinda. Smoke box will be sitting right in the middle. And actually, here's the thing I forgot to mention. I'm not going to be using the Molly smoke box. I was going to originally, but no, I changed my mind on that, because this is long enough. So, it's going to be sitting right here. It'll be raised up slightly, because I want to add a gap in the boiler underneath. Yeah, I'm going to make the smoke box wider. That's the thing. I'm thinking about that. Because, like, there's a little, like, lip between the smoke box, which is a little larger, than the boiler, which is thinner, just a little bit. So, I'm going to be doing something like that. If I'm not making sense with what I'm saying, apologies. So, this will be, like, right around here. And I'm thinking, if I can place this, the cab will be starting maybe, like, here. And I also have to add the back bogie, with like the coal bunker and that. So it's going to be kind of long, like I got an Arthur. Fun fact, this is actually going to be a custom one day for a U Arthur. Oh, and also, off topic, but look at how unaligned that is. Like, this side better. I don't know, just shortening. So it's going to be pretty long. I'm sorry, I got off track there. And actually, one more thing I want to bring up about this is, let me grab it real quick. So, something I want to do with this is, with the cab, since I'm going to also scratch build it, with like cardboard, I think that's what it's done. It's going to be an open cab in the back, like the half open, where it has the roof open in the back. The Adams radials did not have that on. I mean, of course they didn't. Yeah, they have closed cabs, but for this, I want to keep some of the lady feel and just do the little open bit in the back. I think that would be pretty nice. Or something similar. I'm gonna work as I go. And another thing is, I actually have a spare lady, and here, here's the thing, I was able to preserve the funnel, but I don't want to use it. I want to use something different. So I have a spare lady. I'm not going to show it because it's a custom that I hate. And so what I'm probably going to do, I'm going to cut off the funnel from like the underneath so I can use all of it, and the dome as well. I admit, I'm going to hate doing it, or this may sound bad, but I'm going to at least swap these. Here, let me get them. I'm going to swap the other lady's funnel and dome with this funnel and dome to at least keep it there. I know, it's, I don't want to do it fully, but I want to keep some of the looks, so I'd much rather do that. And I'm not going to do it with this one. As I said, I have a spare. This is my original lady, so no, I'm not touching this. And let's see, what else? I don't know how much there is to go over, actually. Oh, wheel arches. How am I going to do that? I'm either going to take them off of this or scratch build them on my own, like my Alfred. I got this right here. Oh yeah, one more thing. For the gap here, my original plan was, like my Alfred, I used a rosy little foot plate thing where it has like the little lip on the outside and cave, or not cave, but, so it, okay, I'm sorry. You see, it has the raised bit and the lowered bit. I was going to use more rosy side rods for that, but one, I can't find them. They're not side rods, foot plate, whatever. Okay, just... I'm sorry, I'm not going to re-record this. I'm going to get some paper and line it across here. I would use the rosy method like my Alfred, but if you look at the thing right here, or the coupling rod, it goes out too much, and considering the height, it would interfere. So I want to use like a thin strip of cardboard so I can go in between it, or like into it, if that makes sense. I don't know. Like I said, not making sense, I'm sorry. But I don't want to record this again, so me being lazy. Okay, and with that, I think really I can start doing all the shaping. And I might be doing a thing or two different for this. I have some ideas. So, with that, I'll do it now. Alright, so the shaping's done. And actually, in relation to who I'm making here, there's a little bit of magic with this. As you see, you got this here. It's like, you got the wheel arch and the, I think it's a sandbox. That's what that thing is in the front. The dome, which I actually didn't go for the lady dome. I took it off, or I took this off a paint brush. Yeah, I don't have it with me. I thought I did. But just the tip of a paintbrush and kind of sanded down and cut to fit. This is from the lady funnel from my spare. It was pretty sanded down though, so it didn't have the details, but I think it overall helps the feel. And you got the cab. I did this in cardboard, like DukeOfBenreBay, while Christian used a duck cab, if I got that right. Yeah, I think scratch building it worked out pretty well, because like, I wanted to have this open cab. That's the one thing I said, so that helped a lot. And actually, one thing I did, I was able to have like a little cab thing, and it's not attached right now. I'm going to be painting it separate, but just, yeah, got like a little smoke or firebox bit that goes in the cab, and this can move. I think that's pretty neat. And you do have open spots for the wheels. The wheels can't fit without having to go through, so I had to cut those in. And also, if I can get it right, I almost did like a tile thing. I think I saw that on a few things, and I thought it looked cool, so might as well. And what else? So you got the handrails. Oh, and the James boiler. I think it looks so well, because you got like the boiler gap here, but that's the only place you can see it when it's attached to that. And you know, the smoke. Oh, I did like a little wraparound to make it look bigger. Like for the smoke box, I wrapped it with cardboard, and the firebox just fell out. And let's see. It's really all I need. Oh, you got this thing as well. I actually did this like with my Pure Marquette. It's like you need like a long circle rectangle piece, not an oval, but yeah, it's like straight, curved or whatever. I learned that from my Pure Marquette, where you got like a few slabs of cardboard and then wrapped it in paper. If I'm not making sense here, cool, but yeah. And I filled some holes in with hot glue, like right here, mainly, really just there. And apart from that, oh yeah, I used a Flintstone Cocoa Pebbles cereal box, because just like cereal cardboard, it really works. That's what I always use for shaping. So this took me a bit off guard. Alright, and on here, you got the wheel arrangement. This isn't attached. You got the 442, my bad. And you got the cab right here. Or not the cab, the firebox. And this is meant to be like a water cap, I think. It's supposed to go up a bit more, but I don't really want to do that. It's lazy, but yeah. And you got these two stands to help hold up the cab when it's attached. And you got the pistons. Pretty simple. They're just, actually, so I have a Dremel tool, right? That's how I cut plastic. This is an attachment I have. What I did, I wrapped paper around this and glued it. Not on this, but I glued the paper to itself, so I could make like a cylinder. Then I covered it with hot glue in like the front. You can't see it because, of course, it's clear. And this is actually an Alfred wheel. I just stole it from my old, not my old, but just, I had it spare. It was from like my old Alfred custom, but since I didn't need it, because I lost one of the Molly wheels. Yeah. And what else? So these are like I want to say it's like a toolbox, but I don't know. Like, I know engines have those, but I'm not sure what these are. And you got the little frame supports. I like those. And you got these just to cover it up. And actually, something I did pretty different with the lamp irons. I did like little pieces of cardboard cut out. And I think it works pretty well. Oh, this just fell off. Yeah. These aren't attached well. I'm going to attach them. I'm going to have them more attached. Like, okay, not strongly attached. Right now, they're just held on with a little bit of glue. I'm going to be putting more glue on it in the end and hopefully making it more secure. That's the way of saying it. I don't know why I struggled with that. My bad. So you got these like smaller ones. I did try using like little Q-tips like before, but it just felt weird. So I wanted to try this out, and like it works a bit better. They can wiggle, but they don't break off as easy. And on the back, these are actually from a Tommy Thomas I had, just like a scrap one. So I just cut them off and put them on. It's just a slab of cardboard. Really, a lot of shapings on this actually. Like this entire back part, except for the wheels in this, are all cardboard. And hot glue for the cold. So, had to catch my breath. Minis wheels. And if you can see, I did like 2 bits of cardboard here supporting this one slab. And this right here, it's a Lego piece. I forgot what they're called, but it's like the coupling thing can go on it pretty well. So, just glued that there, and this can snap on and off. Hard to do with one hand, so trust me on that. But yeah, I actually really like it. Oh, and also the shaping for right here. I would have done the rosy thing, like where I got like a rosy foot plate running board bit because it has the outward bit. But I have to keep the inside of this hollow so the coupling rod can go through, if I'm making sense there. And so when I first started talking, I said there was something magical about this per se. So this doesn't look too much like a radial right now. But you put this on, the entire look changes, I feel. Like, it feels like it's a completely different thing, and I absolutely love that. Like, seriously. It's just like, massive thank you to DukeOfBenreBay and Christian. Seriously, this design is amazing. I love it so much. And of course, all designs have a few things different to them, but just really overall, it's a similar method, I believe. If I got this wrong, I'm sorry, but yeah, just similar methods, and just really thank you. I love this look, really. I don't know. I just feel like I'm going to mess up. It's like, man, the shaping on this, it was worth it. It took a long while, but it was worth it, really. And let's see, what's next? You know what? That really covers it for the shape. And I'll just put this back on sometime. So, with that, it just really leaves, well, time for the base coat. And for that, I'll be doing something similar to Lady, purple. I'm going to be using Poetic Plum by DecoArt. I don't know if it's like it's not perfect. It's not like very much like the Lady pink purple-ish thing, but I think it'll look fine. I like it. So, with that, I'm going to start with the base coat. So, here's all the purple. And first I'll go over the wheels. Or some of them, because I don't need to go all of these. Just every wheel in particular, I guess. Every shape, size, whatever, I don't know. Alright, so, to this wheel. First off, didn't mean to drop that. It's a bit messy, because I painted it before, and just painted over that, so it's a little lumpy, but I'm thinking it should be fine once have some extra stuff on here and just all put together. It should be fine. And for the second type of wheel, you got just purple on that, not too much. And the little teensy tiny wheel. I don't know if I can get this in the light. There, that's really all. I may have to add a little more paint on that. I don't know. I'll do this next. So, first you got the tiny wheel underneath. This was actually kind of hard to paint because it's like you gotta get the brush right in the crevice bit. Excuse me. And you got the little piston here. Same on the other side, along with, I forgot what this is. I just had that in real life. I'm just gonna keep going. Okay, and you got the coal bunker as well. And I didn't paint the front because that'll be a different color. For the engine, you got just all this purple. I didn't paint on the top. I didn't try to, but just some got on there. I'll be painting that black. And you got underneath a bit for Fred Flintstone again. And, yeah, really not much to it. So you got purple all around, and I do quite like the shade, actually. I think it goes pretty well. Like, here, let me get Lady. Okay, it's not far off from the dark purple, I think, like, on the cab roof. And, of course there's differences, it's just, like, it's not this kind of purple. But alright, where to do next? That would be the black paint. And so, for that, it'll be the running board, the top. I actually need to do an edit, because I'm not sure for the sides and front, I want to do just black or, like, red. I'm not sure, I gotta do an edit, but the top is definitely gonna be painted black. And, cold, probably a matte black, unless I save that for the final details. Oh, and also, I didn't mention this, but I added magnets to kind of weigh it down a bit. Into what? Let's see. Oh, let me grab my Thomas here. Kind of like my AU engines, I'm going to be doing black on the outside of the wheel. And, here, just lay this down. I'm going to be doing a black roof. And, like DukeOfBenreBay, I'm going to be also doing a black smoke box. Because with their lady model, they did that as well. And, let's see, what next? Okay, so I think the cab's gonna be, like, a different color, like, kind of like yellowish white that most engines have. So that's not gonna be painted. But I gotta paint the, firebox. And what's next? Okay, I'm gonna be adding some black on the top. Oh, this didn't shift. So, like, on top of the wheel arch, splasher, whatever. Yeah. So, just, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna start doing the black paint, and just, yeah, we'll do it now. Alright, and now all the black paint's on. And first, let's do the simple thing, which is these wheels. So, you just got black along around the outside, like my other stuff. This one here, and of course you got all the other wheels I have, but I'm not gonna show all of them individually. They do need a little fixing up, but these are the nicer ones, excluding this as it's the only drive wheel. And right here, you got the firebox. It might need another coat, and I think okay, here, I've moved it. Yeah, this is going to need another coat, because this thing stuck to here when I was painting it. I do like this feature, it's just kind of fun. And one big thing you're going to see about this, it's a bit messy. And I'm going to fix it up while doing the lining, because it's the lining. I'm going to need to do a lot of fixing while doing that, so we're saving that for the next step. So, you got the roof, and underneath as well, Fred Flintstone, and I painted around it as well just a little bit. Smoke box is completely black in the funnel, sorry, and around the top as well. I'm going to be doing this a bit more, but this is kind of like the base, and on the front as well. Oh, I completely forgot to mention this. So, I did some modifications, because there's some details I forgot, or didn't get right. I raised this up a bit, because it was, like, sloping down on the first one, and the radials don't do that, so I raised that, if you can notice that. And I also added a boiler band in the front. Of course, it's not very noticeable, but it'll help when I'm painting the gold line in the front. So, just an addition I made. It's more noticeable, I don't know where. It's just, I added a boiler band on the front. Small thing for that. So that is it for this. And for this, you can, of course, see painted black all around the top. And I tried to get on the bottom as well. This is going to be filled, I believe, if I got the remembering right of when I put it together. But this, it should be fine once all put together. I don't know. Yeah. And also, one more detail I added was just a little coupling, because the back just felt bare. Just thought that might be nice. So, oh yeah, I also painted the sides of the wheel, but that needed a bit of fixing, sorry. And with that, really, I can start on the lining, which, let me grab my Thomas once again. It's going to be like the Northwestern livery, but except it's going to be gold lining with a bit of black on the outside. So, with that, let's get started. So, this gold lining. So, okay, let's get back to normal here. So, I finished the lining, and, well, this was actually kind of quick. I started a little late one day, got, like, the baseline down for just this side, the gold line in this side for the baseline. Just, like, one line, no fixes, no coat over it to make it look decent. Next day, I did so much, which was yesterday. And this morning, I fixed up some parts that I was having some difficulty with. So that makes this, in modern time, one of my quickest lining jobs I've done. And just, I say this in almost any video with gold. Let me grab Murdoch up here. This is a pain. Gold lining sucks. I hate gold lining. It looks so good once it's done, in my opinion. But just, it's so painful because you got the gold, you got the black, and when you put the gold next to the black, if it doesn't dry enough, it like mixes with it. It's so annoying. And it's finally done. I'm going a little cuckoo. Okay, I'm gonna stop acting like this. Man, okay. So, just bringing it back here. Now, it is time for all those final details. And I'm thinking either a gold cap or the lady style funnel where it's like a little bit of purple, gold on the top. Or it's like, I'm just going to keep it black. One of the three. I'm going to do a gold dome. And got to put like a name on, nameplate. I'm going to do a front, I'm going to do red on the front, I think, with either gold or silver buffers. Let's see. Maybe even a number. I got to think about that. It's not going to be like, I don't know, I'll save that for later. Oh, and on the inside of the cab, I'm going to do like a kind of white yellow thing that some steam engines have for like the cab interior. Don't know if I'm making sense there. I'm going to do brown for the floor. And, what else? You know what? I'm just going to do it. I can now do all those final details. Alright. All the final details are done. And I want to punch something. Okay. So, to get into all this, I'm going to go over the simple stuff. Wheels, this one, nothing but here. I put them back in, because when I do the clear coat, I want to be able to have... I painted them gold, you see. I want those to be painted on as well, like... I just want it to be more strong than paint being on metal, if that makes any sense. So I want to add the clear coat, so I just put them on now, so when I'm putting this all together, it doesn't damage it. I hope that made sense. And simple thing here, I made a smoke box door, because I'm not going to be doing the face yet. I am working on one, but I'd prefer to save that for some other time. And plus, I just haven't finished it in time, but yeah, I wanted to just make a smoke box door. So you got a gold handle, and the silver on the door bit. I forgot what it's called. And now for this part. So, let's see. I don't know, I think I did this, I don't think I did this in the last clip, never mind. I painted the sides black. And same for here. I painted the front of this silver, because I think that would look nice, and it does. Got these wheels, I glued these wheels on, that's something I forgot to mention, because similar to this, I needed to glue them in, and I didn't want to have the painted black, or I didn't want to have to paint it black after I did the clear coat, so I just stuck them on now, and they look pretty good, I think. He got the sides painted, purple ladders, and as for the sides, I did a little stripe of red on the top where it goes out. Because I didn't want the solid red like my other Northwestern engines. I wanted it to be mostly black, but with a little bit of color. So I thought a red line would look nice. And I'm sorry if I'm talking weird, I'm out of breath. And, let's see. So, oh yeah, gold buffers, by the way. And I did, like, scrape them. Not scrape them, but made it look like they were kind of worn down, scraped with some silver. I think it looks a little more even on the front. I do like this. But yeah, I went with the gold buffers and red buffer beam on the front. The back is just painted completely black. That's a thing. And I painted the sides of this gold as well with the other stuff. Let's see. Of course, you got this on here, and I'll elaborate on that later. Because now we can talk about this part. So, here you have the lady shell all done. And you got right here, this is the inside. Because, like I said, steam engines, some of them, they have like a beige, not beige, I don't think that's the color. It's just a cabin that's like a different color, almost. Just an interior, like an interior wall, I don't know what to call it. And also, I glued the firebox in, and you can't move that little handle anymore. That's kind of glued in. Didn't mean to do that, but yeah. And, let's see. I don't know why I did that. I was about to talk about the painful bit. And you know what? I'll talk about the painful bit. The windows! Because, you know, painting this stuff, it's difficult with paint pens. And when you have to keep going over it with a limited space, like, because you got to work around, like, the tanks and stuff, because those are in the way when you're trying to paint it. It's just so painful. You have to keep going back at it. And you got this part, gold right here, gold right here. And I was going to do the copper cap or the lady style funnel, but no, I just stuck with black. And I can change it in the future. I very well might add some more things when this is all done. And you got the builder's plate right here. And what else? You got the nameplate, but I'm keeping that a secret till it's done. That's why I've been covering it this entire time. So with that, really, that's it for the final detailing. I'm honestly so excited with this because it's the project I've been really wanting to do for a while now, because it's just so cool. And just, it's seriously so worth it. It's looking really nice. And with that, I think just the next thing now, I'm done talking about all this, is to just weather it up with a bit of coal dust and the matte clear coat. And yeah, I'll be right back after that. Alright, and with that, the clear coat and the, I was about to call it matte weathering. The clear coat, which is matte, and the coal dust has been added. So, wheels, just clear coat. Now the shell, of course clear coat, but that's not too noticeable. On the black it's noticeable, that's always like a decent difference. But you see, I added some coal detail. I think I've been getting a bit better on it, and you can't notice it in the back, maybe just barely. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm stuttering. And you got it right there, I like it there. And on here, you got it on the front. So that's it for that. And I'm not gonna, never mind. So, on here, you got weathering on the top. It's very light, because I wanted this to be like, oh, fancy, because, I mean, this is quite an important thing. You may have gotten a glimpse there of a thing. And yeah. So, you got the inside of it, right? It's hard to notice, but you got just coal dust on the inside. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm messing up. But really, that's, it's a quick, simple little thing, so not too much to go over. But really now, all that's left is to do the final thing, put it all together. With days of hard work, a month break on this because I was being really lazy. Me wanting to punch something because the lining was difficult. After all that hard work and just time spent wasting that time, here she is. Oh, it's like, ta-da! And you know, so I can show all this in full, time to reveal this. Boom. So, of course, it doesn't look too special. It's where the lady thing is, but as you see, different name. And DukeOfBenreBay did this as well. This isn't just my thing. I just really like it. But she has a different name. And my thoughts with this is like, if you've seen Magic Railroad, you know who Burnett was married to. So, in terms of lore, I'm not going to say too much, but yeah. I'd like the name Tasha. So, she's not called Lady. It's like, you know, for the engine it works, but if you think in like a non-Thomas sense, calling someone Lady is it's not a name. But I don't mind. It's just like, I really do love this. Like, the shape is so nice. Seriously, thank you again to Christian and DukeOfBenreBay for this. This was so worth it. And although, like, we all did some things different in terms of design, like, one thing I did, actually, I tried to do the side rods. I thought that would be interesting to do. But here's the thing, there's a bit of trouble with it. Like, it actually free rolls, right? I didn't need extra weights, because I didn't know if I mentioned this, but I had to remove some weights, because they just wouldn't fit right. But the wheels spin, it's just, they get caught on the running board, so that's error on my part. But I think I can fix it, just, I gotta think on how to fix it. But I'm so happy with it. Like, shape's really nice. Like, I won't lie, while I'm doing it, or while I was doing it, I'm sorry, I thought it was going to look squished with the way I was doing it. And if you think about it next to a radial, maybe a little bit, but no, it feels like actually long and short. Like, here, let me get Thomas. I haven't done a size comparison. Yeah, they're definitely taller, and that's something I wanted to go for. And I'm pretty sure all three designs have that. I don't know, just like, I haven't seen a scale for all three, you know. But it's just like, man, I'm in love with this design. Once again, thanks to them. And it's like, what else? What should I say next? Oh yeah, how I put it on. It was actually very simple. This is just held on with blue tack, yabba dabba doo. And here it's held in with cardboard, similar to my Alfred model when I made him. And I had to cut this a bit because I thought the gear was getting trapped, but it turns out it's just this hitting this. So, and I don't know, maybe it was interfering a bit, but I had to chop the gear down a little bit. But yeah, just hold on with blue tack. And what else? Oh, a little thing right here, a little bit of glue. There, that's off. Yeah, it's like, I really love the running board. That's something cool. But I have to say, an error on my part again, is just, I think the wheel's a little too small. This is something I did, or just me. And I think I gotta add a slightly bigger wheel, because it just feels a little empty at the back, you know? But I think it's alright. And you know, I'm gonna give a little bit of lore here. So you see she's number 1, and, you know, Chalmers is number 1. The thing for that is, she is part of my Northwestern fleet, you could say. But the thing is, for me, I'm going to have her as privately owned by Burnett. And yeah, I did make a little Burnett, and it looks horrible. I absolutely hate it. Like, I had to mix colors, and I gotta redo this. It does not look nice. But yeah, I made a little Burnett, and the lore is that she is privately owned. That's just why she has the number 1. And that's why there's 2 number 1s, you know? So yeah, I'm not going to go too much into it, but I'm thinking this through, and I'm still figuring a bit out. But the idea I think I got for her so far, I'm really excited to do if I actually get to writing. Because I don't mention this on YouTube, but I want to write for stuff, but it's like I can't get myself to sit down. But it's just something I gotta work on, you know? But it's just, man. And also, about the smoke box, I'm still working on the face. I recorded this at the same time I talked about it in the last few scenes. But it's like, I think I tested it out. I printed a test face of what I got so far with a few things pieced together. I'm not going to show it, but I think it looks alright. It needs some work still, like probably a different mouth. If you follow me on Twitter, I did post some pictures of it in the early stages, but still working on it. So I think it looks decent, but I still got to work on the face a bit for now. So for now, it's going to remain a smoke box, which I do like. I'm glad I went with the black smoke box as well. Because, I don't know, I think a solid gold would be a bit odd, you know? And just, I don't even know what else to talk about it. It's just like, I really love this design. Oh yeah, I like the open tab. I think that's something I wanted to stick to with Lady, and I think that was a good choice. And here, if I get her as well. Because, here, I'll compare the two. Let's see. Yeah, it's like, I prefer this over this. Just totally. Man, I don't even know how to continue this. It's like, you know, okay, I'm gonna say, I'll just talk about this, just to recap. So, it started with DukeOfBenreBay helping me out, learning how to do this, and it was mixed with the Christian methods. So, it's like, I learned how to make it from them, and it's like, so I started on this, well, the main thing is I started with the cutting, of course. And that's the bit I procrastinated on the most. And sorry if my audio is going weird and just moving around. But yeah, I procrastinated on that for like a month. I know, not good, but yeah. Then I started one day I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. And then did the rest of the cutting. And then I was on a roll. That was like a boost because I did the cutting. And then like 2 days after or something, I started to work on the shaping. And I gotta say, I prefer shaping so much more over cutting. Cutting's just loud and I can't do it while people are like asleep or something because I'm up a little early. But shaping, it's fun. It's like you piece everything together and I love it. So then after the shaping, it was time for the purple paint, which I actually really like that purple shade. I said I wasn't too sure about it, but I think it's actually perfect. So yeah, got the purple paint, then did the black. Those were easy. Then the painful lining. Gold sucks, but at least it wasn't a long straight line, like they were more short in length. So it was better than a long, like tender lining of gold, but at the same time, it's gold lining, it's painful to do. And then there was the vinyl detailing. It was alright, but I had some difficulties like the windows. Those are horrible. And I messed up on the lining again. Like I accidentally got some on here, and that was so difficult to fix. But it's like, really, this was a difficult model to do, but it was so worth it. Like I said, Lady, it's an important character, as you could say. It's one I've just been really wanting to make. So I just wanted to go all out on this, and I'm so happy with it. And so, I've been talking about for a while why I love this, and I seriously do love it. I think it's actually a favorite. Like, alongside with the Pierre Marquette, I'd say, just so much shaping was involved, and it was just so worth it. So, I gotta say, that's really all I have to say. And just gotta say one more time, or not one more time, but just gotta say, I'm so sorry you guys have to listen to me ramble like this. This is just me talking about this so much, so who's ever just watching this, I thank you so much. Yeah, this is just this feels like a special model to me. That's what I'm feeling right now. Yeah, so I'm not making sense. I don't think I'm making sense, but I'm gonna keep this in. Just, I'm so happy with this. So, time to just close. So, this is my AU Lady as an Adams Radial with the design of Christian and DukeOfBenreBay. So I'm gonna credit both their Twitter Twitter and YouTube in the description. Please go check their stuff out. It's amazing. Seriously. I couldn't have done this without them. So, thank you both, and thank you all for watching, and goodbye.